In the southwest of Germany, where dense trees obscure the sky, lies an ancient woodland known as Schwarzwald, or the Black Forest. Locals believe it to be the dwelling place of ancient spirits, a realm of unresolved mysteries. Legends speak of a forgotten village deep within the forest, where all its inhabitants mysteriously vanished in the 17th century. Since then, no one dares to set foot there. A group of 3 British researchers decides to venture into the forest to investigate the folklore surrounding the area. Leading the team is Eleanor Carter, a historian fascinated by mythology, accompanied by James Holloway, an archaeologist, and Daniel Pearce, a documentary filmmaker. They carry an ancient map that Eleanor discovered in an old library in London. This map marks a mysterious location in the forest, believed to be the Forgotten Village. From the moment they step into the forest, an unsettling feeling creeps over them. The chirping of birds gradually fades, leaving only the eerie whispers of the wind. Eleanor notices strange symbols carved into tree trunks, symbols that resemble the markings on her ancient map. As night falls, they set up camp. But in the dead of night, James wakes abruptly to the sound of whispering voices drifting through the air. Daniel picks up his camera to record the eerie sound, but the moment he raises it, the device shuts off completely. The next morning, they push deeper into the forest. Eventually, they come across an old stone gate, overgrown with moss. Ancient inscriptions are carved into its surface. Whoever crosses this gate shall forfeit their soul to the realm beyond. Despite the warning, they decide to proceed. But the moment they step through the gate, their surroundings shift. The air thickens, and the world around them shimmers, as if they have crossed into another reality. Before them lies a small village, eerily silent. The wooden houses remain intact. Yet every window is sealed shut. Strange symbols, identical to those on the trees, adorn the walls. Eleanor enters an abandoned house. On a dusty table, she finds an old diary. As she flips through its pages, she discovers the last few entries, scrawled in shaky handwriting. "We opened the gate, and they returned. We cannot leave. If anyone reads this, run while you still can." Suddenly, a loud noise erupts outside. The group turns sharply, but sees no one. Fresh footprints appear in the damp soil. Drawing closer to them, Daniel tries turning on his camera, but the screen remains dark. The silence around them is deafening. James struggles to keep his composure, while Eleanor realizes her hands are trembling as she flips another page of the journal. The text reveals that the last villagers opened a gateway to another world, accidentally unleashing an ancient entity. Suddenly, Daniel screams. When Eleanor turns, she sees him standing motionless, eyes wide, whispering in a language unknown. James rushes to shake him. But the moment he touches Daniel, an invisible force throws both of them to the ground. At that instant, the wooden door of the house slams shut. A chorus of whispering voices fills the room, as though hundreds are speaking at once. Shadowy figures materialize, encircling the researchers. Eleanor can see their faces, hollow, expressionless, like souls trapped in eternal limbo. James grabs Eleanor's arm. "We have to get out, now," he shouts. Eleanor glances back at Daniel. He is smiling, but it is not his own smile. A voice emerges from his mouth, but it is not his own. "You cannot leave." Frantically, Eleanor flips through the last pages of the journal. The final words, hastily scribbled in black ink, read, "There is no escape. If anyone survives, stay away from this forest." The group makes a desperate attempt to flee. But as they reach the stone gate, they realize it has vanished. The Black Forest is now an endless maze with no way out. In despair, Eleanor recalls the symbols carved into the trees. They may be the key. She quickly carves them onto a nearby stone and recites the incantations from the journal aloud. The ground trembles violently. A bright light engulfs them. When they open their eyes, they find themselves standing at the edge of the forest, as if nothing had ever happened. But Daniel's camera is still running. When they play back the footage, the final frame reveals the face of a woman, staring into the lens with hollow, lifeless eyes.